Hello guys, welcome back to another mail video. Yes, this week, 3 packages this week, so let's get into it. Yes, 3 packages, 4K big box set, and not to mention then Blu-ray as well. We've got a bit of everything this week. We'll start with the big box set, to be honest, because this is the one I had to kind of open a little bit because it came in one of those black bag wrapper things, you know, and I needed to check it, of course, to approve and give the seller his money back or her money back. So yeah, I had a fantastic deal with this. I very much just opened Vinted one morning. I think it was maybe Monday morning, to be honest. I opened Vinted and somebody had just uploaded this box set 10 series for £8. Amazing. I was really gutted when I missed this series when Argos was selling them off for £5 brand new. To get it for £8 feels like a bit just now that I did wait, and I'm glad I waited. So I kept it in the little wrapper thing here just so I could keep it somewhat protected, of course, this week. And this is the series that I picked up. Friends, yes. £8 this was. Somebody just uploaded it. I didn't even offer. I just bought straight away because it's the cheapest I'd ever seen it. And it didn't have any decoloring because I have seen them for about £10-12. But like maybe like this bit has been decolored where it's sat on the shelf or whatnot. Yeah, Friends, really good series. Of course, you can watch it all on Netflix, but it is one that I've always had my eye out for. Haven't been actively searching for it, but very much if I ever seen it came up and obviously I was recommended it, I had to just grab it. So inside, if I open it up the thingy, we've got, we'll go into these in a little bit, but it comes in a sturdy box, which is here. If you've never seen this before, this is the complete series for the first time in Blu-ray, Friends. This has, I believe, got a 4K release, but Friends is not something I would want to watch in 4K. I don't know why. And also it's £100 for the box set. You know, something like Game of Thrones in 4K, yeah, you know, your Star Wars, your Mandalorian series, yeah, 4K, one action and epic. But Friends, I don't really care. Blu-ray is good enough, and I've heard very good things about this. So inside, as I say, you get this box here, and then you also get a booklet, which is the complete series. You get all of the characters on there, of course. God rest his soul, Matthew Perry there. And yeah, this is an episode guide. So you literally have a little episode guide for each of the seasons. Season 5 there. Some iconic images. I watched Friends a lot and then on and off. I think it was, I was properly watching it. I think I watched like the first 4 or 5 seasons on and off for about 2 years. Got to a point. And then when I got to season 5, season 6, I proper went through it then in the space of like 6 months. And I really enjoy it, to be honest. You know, I didn't know that Friends actually all links. So like season 9 actually links to can link to the events of season 1. But it's a very clever created show because you can just watch one of those random episodes at any time and, you know, you can kind of just get what's going on. So it's very clever what it does. But if you do watch it in order, it does make a little bit of sense as well, which you'd expect. But I never thought that was the case because I only ever saw Friends just, you know, season 7, episode 4 here and season 6, episode 10 here and season 2, episode 1 there and then season 10, episode, you know what I mean? You watch them randomly. So yeah. But as I say, nice to have this little booklet, as I say, episode guide of all the different episodes, some nice images in there. You get a little note there from the show's creators and whatnot. Bonus disc as well, information about what's in there, special features. So you get a lot of info in this little booklet, and it's in good condition as well, which is pretty good. So we get, as I say, you get 3 little discs things here. You get 2 wad chonky ones there, and you get 1 single one, just like a normal Blu-ray. This is the bonus disc. So basically there's the cover of the bonus disc. There he is, Matthew Perry there. So sad, isn't it? So sad. I remember that news. And this is disc number 21. So there's 21 discs in total in here. And of course, this is the bonus disc here. So we'll start to put this all back together so that I haven't got to do it again. Then we get seasons, which one's this one? Seasons 1 to 5. So of course, the first 5 seasons are in here. Nice images there. These look like, yeah, they are like an older image. So I guess the image of what they would be in seasons 1 to 5. And then they've got a newer image there of them a bit older in the later seasons. That's a pretty nice touch, to be honest. Inside, it's the same for both discs, really. You just get basically disc 1, 2, 3, and then different colours are different seasons, I believe. So yeah. That's another season, another season, another season. And they don't have the seasons on the actual discs. They have disc numbers, but they have episode numbers. So you can have disc 9, episode 98 to 109, and etc, etc. So yeah, it's quite a lot of episodes on the disc then, if there's 98 to like 10 episodes on a disc. It's pretty good. So yeah, that one can go in there, and then this one then can go in there, of course, and that is the full box set there and how it looks on the shelf if you go that route, of course, or you can have that as a spine. On the bottom you do get all the tech specs as well, which is pretty nice to see, as you can see there, and then just friends on the top. And yeah, really good condition for £8. I was over the moon. The only one now that I'd really like to get would be the Big Bang Theory box set, because again, it's a show that's ended. I would like to get a complete box set of that, and then I'd have all the sitcom ones that I would want, Friends, and that is all I really care about. But I'm glad I waited for it, because as I say, I missed that Argos deal. So yeah, £8. What a bargain. Next one then we have is this one here. This is basically just a single Blu-ray, and it was just shipped in this little letter thing. To be honest, it's pretty useless, but they did wrap it in bubble wrap, which is pretty cool. Now this is a film that I paid, I believe, £1.50 for, and I've been looking for this, to be honest, ever since I saw the movie that he did recently, Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. Now I've been looking for this ever since I saw Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, when I've been looking for it in places like CEX and stuff, and I haven't been able to find it. I remember this back in school. I remember this was like one of those things that they just show in school, and I'd like to watch her again. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, and Claire Dawes. Now Claire Dawes, actually, weirdly, I think, growing up, I used to think she looked exactly like Kate Winslet. So I used to think that they were in this film together, even though they're not, if you know what I mean. Like back, like, you know, like the same like cast as Titanic. I thought that they were just together, and I thought that was just, they were just in this as well. But they're not. It's Claire Dawes. She looks exactly like him, I think. There is the artwork on the disc, and as I say, £1.50 for this. It's just a standard Blu-ray, but this, you know, it does go for quite a bit online. There's a few people selling for £3-4, but I managed to get this one for £1.50. Again, it's like a modern take on William and Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and as I say, Baz Luhrmann, you can tell with all of the artwork there, it's very Elvis vibes, isn't it, in terms of the exact same vibes. And I'd like to watch this again. It came out originally, this did, in 1996, so it's a good 20 or 30 years old now, to be honest. So it is old, which is mad to think, isn't it? 1996 is 30 years old. That's crazy. But I haven't seen this for a long time, so this will be an old school, you know, give it another chance. Like I used to call it a revisiting video, didn't I? So give it a revisit and see if it's still any good. But yeah, that's the back there, as you can see. Got some artwork there, specs, and then the front. If you've never seen it, yeah, I think it's like a modern take on Romeo and Juliet. But I remember thinking it was quite good, so we'll see. So that's those two then. Still some pretty cheap prices, to be honest, in terms of what we found. But that, the last one then is a slightly bigger package here. And this came in this stupid thing, right? This thing, right? Sticky. This is so sticky. It actually landed on my carpet like this, and I couldn't pull this up because it was like stuck to the carpet. So hopefully I haven't done any damage. But anyways, inside, this is the 4K, this one is. So this was a very cheap pickup as well. The person put this up, I favorited it for a while ago, and he put it up and basically reduced the price by 50p, so I just decided to just go and buy it. £3.50 I paid for The Last Jedi. As you can see, it's got the artwork that I want in terms of that, but it doesn't come with a slipcover, and I don't have the slipcover for these. I did have a few slipcovers gifted to me by Professor Griswold, but he didn't gift me the like sequel trilogy slipcovers. I've got the prequels and the original trilogy ones, so I've got those, but I haven't got the one I need. So obviously they'll come in handy when the time comes, but I just thought I'll grab this for £3.50 because if I can source a slipcover for pretty cheap, then I will. So yeah. Again, this is a double dipper in terms of Star Wars, of course. Got the Blu-ray bonus disc there, and then we get the Blu-ray feature film there, and then the 4K feature film there. Again, I've already got this, but I'm getting it because it's going to go there in my Star Wars stuff. So £3.50, £1.50 for Romeo and Juliet, so £5. And then the bargain of the day, £8 for Friends. A fantastic video, I think, this week in terms of hunting, and an example of being on Vinted at the right place at the right time, albeit not Romeo and Juliet, because I did search for that. This was just uploaded and I bought it straight away, and this one I had in my favorites. They reduced the price and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to get it for the price. So it is about being on there at the right place at the right time, so to speak, and picking things up, because this was a bargain, and I probably could put this on Vinted now for £15 and it'd probably sell. So So yeah, so there it is. There is this week's video, and of course another mail video. Of course, I'm very pleased with this pickup. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Do you think I've had a good week this week? Let me know. I have been trying as well to go on things like eBay and Amazon, but I just always gravitate back to Vinted. Like, my weekly pickups tend to be there. Of course, I do have my Blu-ray hunts as well, which kind of goes into my weekly pickups. But yeah, and I also do individual videos on unboxings if they're special things from HMV or whatever. So, you know, yeah, in terms of online used stuff, it does tend to be Vinted. And as I say, I've done a video in the past on CEX versus eBay versus Vinted. So if you're interested in that, go and check that out, because I give some tips on there, like why I find it really useful and why I think it's actually a good place to buy physical media from. There you go then, that is this week's pickups. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and of course I'll be there for you. Goodbye guys.